afternoon. You're watching Tribune News on Q, bringing you the latest news. I'm Nicholas Price, and here are today's top stories. Ombudsman Samuel Martirez has clarified his earlier remarks about corruption within the Department of Agriculture and the National Food Authority, stating that his comments were taken out of context and referred to past cases, not the current leadership. DA Secretary Francisco Tiu Laurel welcomed the Ombudsman's clarification and reiterated his agency's commitment to reform, emphasizing their cooperation in ongoing investigations and efforts to curb corruption in the sector. Syria's new authorities have announced the formation of a National Security Council to be chaired by the interim President Ahmed al-Shara. The newly created body will be responsible for coordinating and managing security and political policies as the country seeks to rebuild after more than 13 years of civil war. The announcement comes amid continued efforts to establish national rule and disband armed groups following the fall of former leader Bashar al-Assad in December. The council will include key ministers and intelligence officials, with decisions to be implemented in consultation with its members. Former Presidential Legal Counsel Attorney Salvador Panelo has confirmed that the family of former President Rodrigo Duterte is deeply saddened by his recent arrest upon arriving at Ninoy Aquino International Airport from Hong Kong. Panelo questioned the legality of the arrest, claiming that authorities failed to present a warrant immediately. Meanwhile, Duterte's children, including Davao City Mayor Sebastian Duterte, have filed a petition for habeas corpus before the Supreme Court, seeking his return to the Philippines. However, the SC denied a temporary restraining order to prevent Philippine agencies from cooperating with the International Criminal Court. The Commission on Elections has assured its willingness to assist House Deputy Minority Leader Franz Castro after AI-generated videos falsely linking her to the New People's Army circulated online. COMELEC Chairperson George Garcia reaffirmed that red tagging is considered an election offense under Resolution number 1116. Progressive groups, including Bayan Muna, have called for urgent investigations and immediate sanctions against those responsible. In business, financial markets in the Philippines saw short-term volatility following the arrest of former President Duterte. Former Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Deputy Governor Diwa Ginigindo noted that investor sentiment may fluctuate, but emphasized that adherence to the rule of law could ultimately strengthen foreign investor confidence. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index dropped 2.42% following the news, but showed signs of stabilization. Analysts warn that potential large-scale protests could further impact market stability in the coming days. ACEN Corp's earnings surged by 27%, up to 9.36 billion pesos in 2024, driven by its aggressive expansion in renewable energy. The Ayala Group's energy unit added new solar, wind, and battery storage projects across the Philippines, Australia, India, and Vietnam. Despite setbacks from Typhoon Marce, ACEN's renewable energy portfolio now stands at 7 gigawatts, with ongoing construction projects set to further boost output in the next 12 to 18 months. In sports, the Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference heats up as Zeus Coffee faces Capital One in a crucial match at the PhilSports Arena tonight. Zeus Coffee must secure a dominant win to advance to the quarterfinals, while Capital One looks to end their campaign on a high note. Meanwhile, PLDT has been named the third Philippine team in the 2025 AVC Women's Champions League, joining Creamline and Petrogas in representing the country. In entertainment, Filipino fashion icon Pia Wurtzbach made headlines at Paris Fashion Week but had to leave early due to a packed schedule. The former Miss Universe revealed on Instagram that she had prior commitments, including a keynote speech at She Talks Asia and her ongoing work with her youth center. Despite the early exit, Wurtzbach continues to cement her influence in the fashion world, having been recognized as one of the most visible global fashion influencers in 2024, alongside Kim Kardashian and Blackpink's Jisoo. That's all for today's edition of Tribune News on Q. Stay informed, stay connected. I'm Nicholas Price, and we'll see you next time.